Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, sir. Let me just turn on the AC a little bit. It's a little bit chilly in here. Today, I learned a lot from Jalen Hurts. I just want to put out there, he's been rushing touchdowns. We know that he's strong to push for TDs if he needs to rush it for 4 or 5 yards to get in. He's been catching like 150 yard games here and there, passing the ball. But today, we learned a lot from Jalen Hurts. We learned that he can find people down the field. Obviously, they weren't in the red zone. The touchdowns, the four pass touchdowns. Let me just sit down and let's just sink that in. 4 passing touchdowns. He has not done that all year. Okay, he set a record for himself in pass TDs. For his own stats. Let's go ahead and get started here. I also wanted to make a reaction to the Robert Quinn. I thought he was a steal. I didn't really know who this guy was. I saw a couple of highlights here and there, but he's pretty good. Especially when teammates from Chicago, they're basically emotional that he left. That means that he was pretty impactful over there in Chicago. When I saw him today, and when I saw our D-line, we look aggressive, man. Like we look, as soon as you hike the ball, you have to get rid of it before 2 seconds. Like our D-line looks like it's tearing pockets up. We just played the Steelers. It is the Battle of Pennsylvania. I mean, it was the Battle of Pennsylvania. You had the Steelers come to the Eagles. Obviously, it's not a big rivalry game, but it's the game of the state in professional, the NFL, Professional Football League. On the first drive, the Steelers they went for 2 runs. We got a sack. We start off with a sack. That's awesome, man. Our defense is still pushing in there. They're still playing awesome. And we force a punt. And then on our first drive, Hurts goes 5 of 2 passing for 60 yards, a touchdown. Sanders had 2 carries for 8 yards, and a 9-play drive, 68-yard TD drive. He found Brown deep. I believe the first touchdown was, what was it? I think it was 34 yards 34-yard TD to Brown, and it was just impressive, man. I walked in, I had just finished hanging my clothes from washing, and I turned on the TV, and I believe it was 8 minutes after 12 that the game had started, and I just see A.J. Brown catching a touchdown pass from freaking 34 yards. 34 yards, damn. I was like, let's go. You know what I mean? I missed in 8 minutes after 12. I missed that action. And so the Eagles take a 7-0 lead on Steelers' second drive. Their passing game went 8 of 1 for a touchdown pass, 4 carries for a 13-yard, 75-yard drive, TD drive. I don't really blame the defense on this drive. They had to go for it on 4th down twice, actually. Excuse me. One to get a first down. The other one was on 4th and goal, and they had some trickery going on. They had Claypool. It was a pass to Claypool. Well, I think it was a toss to Claypool. Claypool ran sideways, and Claypool passed it for a touchdown. I don't really blame the defense on that one. There's just too much going on. It was execution for the Steelers. Props to them. They jawed up that play pretty good. 4th and goal. To put them at a tie game that's 7-7. That's the end of the first quarter. 7-7 going into the second. On Deering Eagles' second drive. Hurts had 1 carry for 8 yards. He went 4-4 passing, 61 yards for a touchdown. Gainwell had 1 carry for 3 yards. Sanders had 1 carry for 2 yards. An 11 play, 79-yard touchdown drive. And we had another long, I believe it was 29-yard reception from A.J. Brown. I mean, this man is just, he's killing it, dude. And the first TD pass, Hurts threw it to double coverage. And Brown just went up in between 2 defenders, dude, and caught the ball. This one was more of a right on target, over the head catch. It was just, I mean, the ball was pinpoint on point that Hurts passed this football. And I'm just impressed, you know. I mean, he's passing for touchdowns. I mean, I'm finally, to be honest, I know I make a lot of improvement videos where I get a little bit disappointed here and there on Hurts. And there was some stuff that we need to improve on this game. But really, dude, the Eagles, you know, they won big in this. We scored 35 points. I mean, we haven't scored 30 all season long. We came out here, we passed for 4 touchdowns when our game is running game. And we had a passing game going on. 4 touchdown passes. I'm happy Sanders got in the end zone because I was screaming at the TV in the second half, we need to run the ball. We need to run the ball. Like, especially if we have the lead. Like, run the ball, run the clock, feed Sanders. Sanders was getting some good runs in there. To put the Eagles up 14-7. And the Steelers' third drive, they had 2 passes and 1 run. But penalties pinned them back. They had to punt it. We get the ball back. Hurts had 2 passes for -2 yards. 1 run, 2 yards, and we had to punt. We had a pass. I don't know if it was some kind of jet sweep or the way the play was designed. We passed it to Devontae Smith, and he happened to run in back of everybody, and then ends up losing. He juked a couple of guys, but ran sideways to the left. Excuse me. And then loses 10 yards. I mean, I don't know what we were trying to do on that play, or how the play was designed, or what was going on in that play. But we lose 10 yards. Hurts rushed it the next play and only gained 2 on his rushing game, and then passed it, I believe, to Devontae again, and he only gained 8 back. So he finishes that drive with -2 yards passing. And then the Steelers get it back, and they go 0 for 3 passing. I mean, our secondary defense is making Pickens pass it quickly. We force them to punt. On our 4th drive, Hurts goes 3-0, passing for 60 yards. For 60 yards, touchdown pass. A 3-play, 60-yard touchdown drive. 3 plays. 3. I mean, Jesus, dude. And they were all passes. One was, I believe, to Dallas Goedert. The other one was to Devontae Smith. And then we had another long, I believe it was 39 or something yards, to A.J. Brown for the 3rd time. 3 times, dude. 3 times to A.J. Brown for a touchdown. And more than past 20 yards. At this point, I'm just like, let's go. I mean, this guy is to be honest, I was wrong. I can admit when I was wrong in the draft when we traded our 1st round picks to the Titans to get this guy. I mean, and they signed him to extension. My reaction was like, you don't know what you're really getting back in the draft of this year, 2022. And seeing what we have, the depth with this guy and others, I mean, it's just darn impressive how this guy can go up, throw it up to AJ Brown 3 times for plus 20 yards TDs. I mean, that's just out of this world, dude. I just would have never seen that coming, to be honest, in this game. So that puts us up 21-7. And then Steelers' 5th drive, they ran it 5 times. Their passing game went 3 of 2 passing. We got a sack on a 12-play, 45-yard field goal drive. So they get on the board 10-21. And then Eagles get it back. Hurts goes 1 of 1 for 12 yards, 2 sacks, and we punt it. And some of these sacks, man, when I'm seeing Hurts get sacked, I feel like the pocket crumbles. And yes, like, you want to extend plays and you want to gain whatever positive yardage you can. But when they catch Hurts in the pocket, like, he just goes down in the sack. Like, he don't even gain anything. He loses yards on those sacks. And I feel like some of these are misreads. And I feel like that's where he needs to improve. I'm not really too upset about this game. I'm not going to lie. I'm more happy than anything because this guy threw it out of the park. AJ Brown caught it out of the park. I mean, our passing game was on fire this game. I mean, I'm not even playing. Like, Jalen Hurts took it up to another level after the bye. Like, wow. I mean, for reals. So the Eagles had the punt. And on Steelers' 6th drive, they had 1 pass for 2 yards. Yeah, 1 pass for 2 yards. We have a sack, and we end the half on that sack. And that's just awesome for the defense. At halftime, it's Steelers 10, Eagles 21. Excuse me. And we're just playing good. We had a good second quarter again, 14 points. Excuse me. I am worried at this point because we scored the most points in the second quarter, and then we struggle the second half. The third quarter we haven't been too great. I think we've only the most points we scored was 6 or 3. So at this point, I'm just like, hopefully our defense stays strong. But this is just me being worried about past games. And then the Eagles come out in the second half, and Hurts goes 2 of 1, passing for 44 yards, another touchdown pass. Sanders has 2 carries for 31 yards on a 5-play, 75-yard touchdown drive. I mean, and this is Pascal. Dude, I saw this guy, number 3, Pascal. I saw him in the preseason. And you can go back to my videos and reactions to those. I had a feeling like, because he had good reception games in the preseason, and I'm like, you know what? We got to get this guy on the roster. Like, he's pretty good. And I also like this other guy, Allen, but he's on the practice squad. He's still not out for the Eagles, but like he's there, and I'm hoping he becomes a returner because that guy he's a track star. But man, like he's coming out to be one of another receiver we have. You know, we got Devontae, we got Dallas Goedert at tight end, we got AJ Brown, and now Pascal. Like, you know. I believe it was a 29-yard also touchdown. Like, damn, bro. And I was happy because I was like, hey, it's the practice squad guy. Like, dude, I screened on the TV. I was like, damn, man. Like, I'm glad this guy got a touchdown pass. I mean, I'm pretty sure that he plays at the backup unit, but I guess they put him in the game for specific design plays, and he was in the game for that one and got a touchdown. Another 20-plus yard pass TD for Hurts. And at this point, I'm just like, oh, damn, we're on fire now. Like, we scored in the third quarter. Like, we scored 7 in the third quarter. So now I know we're playing a complete whole game. We scored in 3 quarters. And so the Eagles go up 28-10. The Steelers seventh drive, they go 7-4, 3 runs, and a field goal on a 15-play, 64-yard field goal drive to put them at 13, to put them on the board for another 3 points, to put them at 13-28. At this point, our defense is locked down, dude. Their only touchdown of the game was a trick play, Claypool. Pickens, a Claypool to a receiver, and that's it. They got 6 points since then. 2 field goals. Like, I mean, damn, bro, our defense is playing good, and I have a big feeling that it's our D line is pressuring the quarterback a little quick for him to like not find people. Excuse me. I know I'm burping a lot. Excuse me. It's because this corona, dude. Like, I know they forced a fumble on Pickens twice. I didn't see the first one, but I know he recovered the first one, and later on, we recovered another one. But I believe that's in the later drives. But look at this: 15 plays to go all the way down the field for 64 yards. 15 plays to travel 64 yards, and then just to get a field goal. I mean, our defense is awesome, man. I'm loving our defense right now. I got to give credit to the guys out there. There's a lot of talent. And I don't know if Jonathan Gannon or if it's just a high talented defense that we have. I mean, obviously the combination of them both equals this defense. So I think all the defense, including Jonathan Gannon, and I've been pissed at this man for a long time, but he deserves my credit today. We killed it out there defensively. And so the Eagles, 7th drive, Hurts goes one of one passing, 7 yards, sack. Sanders had 3 carries for 26 yards, but the Eagles are forced to punt because of another sack. And then on Steelers' 8th drive, they go 2 of 1 passing, 4 runs, and then a sack, strip, fumble. And I was like, get the ball. I mean, dude, there hasn't been a turnover in this game yet up to this point. And we're in the 3rd quarter. So you know that possession is important, especially when both teams are trying to score and stay in it. The Steelers kept this a game up to a certain point. When they lost that fumble on the very next drive, Eagles capitalized. And I was happy we got that fumble. The first turnover of the game. And so the Eagles get the ball. And Hurts passes to A.J. Brown again. And almost runs for, 54 yards. He almost runs for 54 yards. I mean, he passes it to A.J. Brown. And this guy just takes it all the way and literally almost walks into the end zone. I mean, he's tackled from behind for 43 yards. And I'm just like, this man is having a hell of a game. A.J. Brown is just, and Hurts are having a hell of a game. And I'm just like, let's go. And Sanders had, he ran it the very next play for 11 yards. Sanders on the board for a rushing TD. That's what I want to see, dude. Running back scoring for a touchdown. Hurts don't always have to do it. When he has to, fine. But his job is to pass the ball. He did his job today. And to me, I'm one proud fan, dude, to see our quarterback that's mobile, that can pass it for 285 and pass for 4 touchdowns. I mean, there's nothing else that you want from your quarterback. So the Eagles score on a 2-play, 54-yard drive, touchdown drive. I mean, 2 plays, man. So it's 30 at this point. It's 35-13. The Steelers' 9th drive, they go 2 of 1 passing, 3 runs, a sack, and they punt. And at this point, they put Gardner Minshew in the game. Like they sat most of the starters on offense, and to me, dude, that's awesome. We're up 35-13. I mean, we gotta play on Thursday. The announcers were even Tony Romo and I believe Jim that were announcing the game. They even said like we got a short week. Thursday night football. They come to Houston. I wanted to go to that game. To everybody out there that I told you we should have gone to that game, we should have gone to that game, bro. Houston's a great state. I've been there. I've been in my Eagles gear at Houston at Reliance Stadium. It's a cool stadium. The people are very cool. Tailgates are like, it's just another atmosphere. You're in another world when you go to an NFL game. Tailgates, the stadium, the NFL speed. It's just another world. It's another ball game. It's way quicker than college. 10 times, maybe even 100 times faster than high school. And the environment is just so exciting. I should have gone to this game, and I'm gonna regret not going. Because the Eagles are coming to town, man. The Eagles are coming to Houston. Like I said, the stadium in Houston's nice. And I would have wanted to see the Eagles, you know, my team in person. I've never seen the Eagles. I saw the Texans when I went to that the NFL game that I went to at Houston. It was the Texans hosting the Chiefs when Alex Smith was with the Chiefs, and the Chiefs ran away with that one. Kareem Hunt had a punt return. Deshaun Watson had a 50-yard. It was a crazy game, but it was when Alex Smith was there. Anyways, the Eagles backups in the game. Gardner Minshew goes over 1 passing. Scott had 2 carries for 2 yards. Excuse me. And then Eagles punt. And then on Steelers' 10th drive, they had their passing game was 2 of 1 passing. We got a sack. They had 2 runs, and we finally Gardner Johnson gets a pick, dude. We got an interception in this game. We got a fumble in this game. 6 sacks in this game. Like, and then I'm just like, let's go, dude. And then Gardner Minshew comes back in the game. Gardner Minshew he went 1-0 passing. 23 yards. Scott had 5 carries for 19 yards. And then we kneeled to end the game. Gardner Minshew, he kneeled to end the game. And the final score is 13-35. Eagles were at home at this game. Jalen Hurts he went 19 of 28, 285, 4 passing touchdown. He had a QBR of 140.6. 140.6. Like, dude, this is probably his best game of his career. I mean, easily his best game of his career. And to me, finally, like, this is what I've been waiting for, dude. Him to have a QBR of over 120. At least 3 touchdown passing. It would be nice for him to throw for 300 yards, but dude, 285, 4 touchdown passes. I mean, 4 dubs, dude. Damn, like Sanders had 9 carries, 78 yards, and a touchdown. And the Eagles defense, 6 sacks, 2 fumbles, 1 recovered, and an INT. They came to play again, man. Like, it's just freaking defense, bro. They're just one of the best in the league. And the Steelers quarterback, he went 25 of 38, 191 yards passing, and INT. He had a QBR of 66.9. So our defense, they made it real hard for it. And this guy picked. They came to play, dude. The Steelers came to play. They gained a lot of yardage, a lot of first downs on 4th downs. They were like 0 for 8 on 3rd downs, and then on 4th downs, they were 4-0. Like, they were trying to go guts or like all or nothing Glory. They tried to play in this game against us, and we were just that good. And their running back had six carries for 50 yards. Jay Warren. Their defense had 3 sacks. That's one thing that one of the weaknesses that I'll pinpoint is that Hurts has to figure out when to get rid of the ball. Obviously, defend the ball. If you can get sacked, yeah, I mean, you're gonna defend the ball, get sacked. But I think minimizing the sacks to 1 or none, you're getting like, super prime level. And we need him to get there because we are 7-0. And the previous starting the Eagles starting the way they start, they've gone to the Super Bowl. The last time we were 7-0, we went on to lose against the Patriots. Donovan McNabb and Terrell Owens, Brian Dawkins, Brian Westbrook, to 24-21. In that Super Bowl. And if Hurts is gonna go to the Super Bowl, he's got to play close to perfect, dude. If we're gonna win into the Super Bowl, to me, if they get there, I'm impressed. They might lose, and I might bash them for it, but dude, at the end of the day, if they get to the Super Bowl, that's the championship game. I mean, it's winning off the conference, and you're there. You're in the game. So, to me, that's my opinion. If he can minimize those sacks and keep this passer rating of 140, we can be unstoppable, man. We can probably go undefeated. But to me, I don't care if we go undefeated. I care about getting to the Super Bowl. I want to get there. Obviously, I want to win it, but that's one of the biggest games and the biggest stages. And it just depends if we get there or not. So yeah, Eagles go on. It's 7-0. It hurts. Has the QB record now for the Eagles franchise record of first quarterback to start 10-0 in franchise history. Congratulations, Jalen Hurts. You've won my respect, bro. You've done it. Hopefully, he probably won't play, to be honest. The next time we play Dallas, we got Houston this week, though. Before I jump ahead multiple weeks for that game, we got Houston on Thursday night. It's a short week for us. Hopefully, this sitting of the fourth quarter helps the Eagles offense a little bit out. The defense, I know the defensive starters were still playing most of the fourth quarter because Gardner Johnson, he got that interception. He's a starter. So I'll see you guys Thursday night. The last 2 weeks, Penn State, they beat Minnesota, but again, they face a top 10 team and they just get blown out. They got blown out against Michigan. They got blown out against Ohio State. To me, they don't deserve to be in the playoff. Obviously, I'm still a fan of Nittany Lions, but if they don't get in the playoff, it's not going to be a surprise to me. They got to work on playing top 10 teams in the nation and getting some victories over them. James Franklin, he's got to work on that. United also won 2 weeks in a row. They beat the Del Rio Rams by 1 point. I wasn't too impressed with that win because the Del Rio Rams were 1-6. United should have had that game by more points, but they got the victory to keep them in it. They beat OBJ 28-7. They got Alexander this week. Honestly, that game can go either way because Alexander, they easily beat Del Rio, and they lost to the same Eagle Pass team United lost to, but they lost by less. United allowed more to Eagle Pass, and congratulations to United South. They stopped the Eagle Pass undefeated. The Eagle Pass Eagles undefeated record. They were 8-0. Instead of them going 9-0 at home. They played them at home. United South traveled to Eagle Pass, and they finally put a loss on their board. The Panthers, they stopped their undefeated season. They are now 8-1. The Eagle Pass Eagles. United South still 3-6. I think they'll miss the playoffs. If United can win, I believe it's Thursday night. I'm not sure if it's Thursday or Friday night. If United can win, I'm pretty sure they get a playoff spot. But if they lose, I'm pretty sure they're out. And Alexander goes. That's my reaction all week. Last 2 weeks for college and high school. The Eagles are 7-0, man. I mean, 7-0, bro. I did not see this coming. We got Houston Thursday night, and then the Commanders go to Philly with Hansky. Like, hey, the Commanders won today. They won 2 weeks in a row already. Their defense is playing good too. They're 4-4. They ain't gonna be. And Houston, we cannot overlook Houston. Before we jump to Washington, we cannot overlook Houston. Houston's running the ball more. They lost a tight one to the Titans, who were 5-2. They're now 6-2. But I mean, 5-2 versus a 1-4 team, and they won 17-10. And I know they're rivals. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know they're rivals, but they should have won by 14. The Titans. But the Texans are that good defensively. They've got their own game plans. So we can't overlook the Texans. We gotta go in there in Houston. I know it's where Hurts is from. He can't let jitters get on him. As a unit, we gotta stick together. And whether we win by 3 or win by 7, man, like, let's go in there and stay focused, stay poised. Yes, sir. Another great week of football. Yeah, man, have a great week. Thursday night, bro. I will see you there. The Texans host the Eagles. The Eagles go to Houston. I should have gone to that fucking game. It's been great, guys. Another great week. Take care. Have a great week. Victory Monday tomorrow. Yeah, man. Fly Eagles fly. 7-0, bro.